So everyone, we're getting ready to leave after the police actually shut down the event and forced us into a safe room behind the event. They let the transgender Antifa activists leave on their own free will, but we were locked in a safe room. So now we're officially allowed to leave. We were able to talk with some of the pro-choice and pro-life students who actually came to listen and answer any of their questions they had. Our student leader, Autumn, actually had to be treated for her injuries. We had to call EMT. The other student who was assaulted is fine, thankfully. She filed a police report. Kevin, our videographer at Students for Life, was assaulted, filed a police report. We can't leave yet, even though we're allowed to leave, because they're still hanging out in the lobby and there's no police protection, so security don't take us. Lots of things to unpack from tonight. The police here at VCU's utter failure to respond when the students told them that we knew Antifa was coming. Even when they came, their unwillingness to go into the room and enforce VCU's own rules that speakers are allowed to speak in a peaceful way, and just allowing them to continue. They were outside the room while all the craziness was happening and refusing to go in. It was my security guards, Students Life's 2 security guards, who actually just stepped in and protect the student. I had to protect myself, had to protect Kevin. It was insane. So there's a lot to unpack. One funny thing though, I was just talking to some students, and we were talking about, they kept calling us Nazis and fascists, and I offered to Google the term fascist for them. I tried to tell them what the definition of fascist was. They didn't want to listen because they were actually being fascist. They exemplified it perfectly. But one little funny little quip, it just shows the irony of everything these folks fight for, is at one point one of the Antifa protesters asked me how much I weigh. I truthfully answered, I don't want to repeat it here, and he started making fun of me because I was fat. And I said, well, that's interesting, you're fat phobic. And that was the only time in the entire event that the other Antifa folks told their own Antifa member to stop calling me fat. But it was totally fine to call me an effing Nazi and a fascist, but you can't call me fat. That's like the state of dialogue right now in America. Today was a very sad reminder. And really for us, I think a challenge as a pro-life generation to know we can't let this happen. We can't be silenced. We can't be cowered into silence. That's what they want. They want us to stop talking. And we know as a pro-life generation, our charge is to see not only the end of Roe, but it's to see the end of abortion, make abortion unthinkable and unavailable in our nation. And we can't do that if we're not allowed to speak. So we're going to be demanding that VCU invite Isabel Brown, who was my co-speaker tonight, and myself back to campus and actually protect their students, protect their speakers, because they failed to do that tonight, and it was a disaster. Thank goodness for our security. If you've ever donated to Students for Life for my campus security, you really saved a lot of people today. So thank you so much. I'll give you more updates, and we'll be doing some videos, of course, so you can see just how unhinged Antifa and the abortion lobby and trans activists are. There was a lot of trans folks there today. It was unbelievable to see how unhinged. And really, the beginning of my speech, which I didn't get to give, was about how we as a culture dehumanize people we want to exterminate. And that's what we do in abortion with the unborn, the preborn children. We dehumanize them. That's what happened to us today, is we were dehumanized. Just like Christians across the country are being dehumanized, and which allows people in their minds to justify taking violent actions against Christians or people they disagree with. So more to come, but thank you all.